Hello everyone, thank you so much for being here. This is Jason from Primetime Aquatics. I've got something that we've been using for probably a year and a half. I never did an initial unboxing because I didn't see the point of it, but a long-term review seems to make sense, and this is not something that's super expensive, and that is this Hygger Algae scraper that we've been using. I'm going to show you what it looks like in the box over here, but we have been using this thing every single week for all of our aquariums that need algae scraping, which isn't a whole lot, but certainly in the gallery and some of the tanks in the fish room. And what I wanted to see, especially with the algae scraper, which is really what we've been using it for, is how well it would hold up long term, because a lot of the store-bought algae scrapers, they're horrible. They last a couple months, then they kind of get bent, they'll scratch the glass, they do all this stuff. In fact, I did a video, I'll put it in the upper right-hand corner, a long time ago, how I just like using razor blades with the handle. And that is still a really effective way to scrape algae. But this isn't bad either. Let's go take a look. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. First of all, you've got an extendable handle. And when you're cleaning tanks like these 125s over here, let me get out of the light so you can actually see them, makes a big difference. And so this handle, you can extend it. Pretty darn awesome. And again, what we've primarily been using this for is the algae scraper itself. And so here you have it. This thing has been pretty darn awesome. I'm trying to get it so that let me see if I can focus it better here. There we go. So nice and straight. We've been using this, like I said, every single week for the last at least year and a half, if not longer, and it is still working very, very well. The other things that we have, which I thought was a kind of a cool feature, you have a net. And so you can actually put the net, attach that to your extendable attachment there. There's a couple pads here that you can use. We haven't been using these because, again, I bought it mostly for the algae scraper feature, but you've got a corner pad here. You've got the flat pad as well. You have a gravel sifter, which is pretty nice. And then you also have, let me see if I can show you, you also have this, and so that you can have the ability to go through and clean out your hoses as well. Let me go ahead and show you what this looks like extended. I'll show it to you when it's in a tank too. All right, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this with two hands, but let me just show you. I'm going to put this in here, and then I'm going to pan back, and so you can see that's a long algae scraper, and it does, like I said, it does a really good job. Again, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this with just two hands, but you can see here, stuff just comes right off, even with fully extended, which is pretty nice. So yeah, this thing, nice long handle, so if you got a big 3-foot tank, not going to be an issue. So I just wanted to pass that along because it has been a very useful piece of equipment in our fish room, and we have been using the heck out of it. I'll put an Amazon affiliate link up or down in the description below if you're interested in purchasing said algae scraper. As always, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.